Okay, we so fight TV Ghana but so like no comment no shaman you say there. Enya bia hwe na ye koye nsem no ye Abronye. I didn't see me about so say Sammy Gyamfi sorry ahon ni 360 NDC 360 show now you know. Na same wo okoko fa some water project sem bi ba bi twa ntro bi. Dem people mamonye water project bia okuma no say. Na we na come ba fa Abronye. Na you was aka no. Na same wo koda kakra so was aka no so be expose NDC for say election. Na ono akata tutu ni 9 akobono kono ono ane region nim water project na danko kufa no ba me moye oko wenchi water project site am ko e no e dia oko kire Ghana for there Sammy Gyamfi so arbet na TV so wa entro no bi di kire Ghana for o ma fe enko ni nkoti Abronye
otrofo John Dramani Mahama na no si ansentrofo na odi trose na nado bae water project ba kokura bi ni Ghana ha waye we wanti water project ebe serve about 3 constituencies wanti water project ya dey asobo from 2020 mu ho and this forecast say ya zan funding agency ni ye Celsius Bank South Africa omo na yes adewe executing agency Ghana Water Company September ya omo de adwuma na ye de e ba wiye e be serve the entire wanti constituency e be serve the entire time constituency and unti ni e dia ba be see the center of between time and wanti. Enti water project na do Mahama se na na do nye ba akokwa wanti water project na me ba be so ohun ya do Mahama na me kire se bi ni na maka kire se e ba water project hu wo Ghana ha aban bia ni ho a waye bi chen MPP government since the 4th Republic me can the 4th Republic Winneba water project MPP Cape Coast water project MPP Koforidua water project MPP Kumawu water project Atames na inherit ye Kofo project enti water project ban wa water project MPP enti water project ban na do Mahama wa ya o kremu o kama entie se Kumawu de na wo krema ye inherited project by Professor Messi Free inherited free Kofo ho enti nye NDC project we ye nanado water project also hu ba kokora na me kire o nti Ghana for we trust free ya batwa ye kwa hoto no obi ya adwuma na ne oba no ne adwuma nti oso obedi tro oso hu ba kokora ni ne Ghana Water Company water project ya under nanado danko akofodo dey so bebo form me baby September ya ready for commission nti kire se do Mahama odi ntro e dia tovu.
Okay, come for next Kwame ba for Abronye no I expose you more big time as a true challenge I dey am na ye koya anu say nso a Paula do mo kire na Black Rasta interview na enya some koto ma for kwadro ti was school Black Rasta like gidigidi o enya some koto one for yenko na yikonkoti omo conversation.
Yes. Kwame Nkrumah. Yes. Who would you put your finger on?
Because they lived in different eras, and I have known Nana Akufo-Addo much better than I didn't meet Kwame Nkrumah. I just read his books.
Looking at the achievements.
Achievements?
Yes.
Well, I hear MPP talk something about the road construction has been done.
Yes,
and
that's
all
why
that.
I'm asking you
Nkrumah
this.
was there longer. Nkrumah was there from 1951
yes.
to 1966.
Yes.
So it's really difficult to make a comparison. Nkrumah inherited a great economy, enough money. He has so much money he could give Guinea some. So again, you cannot then judge Nkrumah with the rest. But I think Nkrumah was a great African. I mean, I'll say that. In terms of the Fourth Republic, though, it might be too early to say, but Akufo-Addo will stand tall among the Fourth Republican presidents if we have to come and make a comparison.
All of them?
Among all of them, yes. Because of the fundamental things he has been able to do. For instance, the story of one district, one factory. They accuse him that you came and said you were going to do one district, one factory. How many have you done? I interviewed Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa in 2020. And he said, oh, your man, he's done only 8 factories. And I looked at this politician. You were in power, you did 0 factory. Somebody says, I'll do 100 and is able to do 8, and you are criticizing him. And that's what is happening in this campaign. They are criticizing Akufo-Addo that you said you will do 200 factories. How many have you done?
Shouldn't we?
No.
I mean, if you have given us your word that this is what you're going to do, and based on that, we voted into power, and then
Perfect.
you perform.
There's another thing I want to say. Anyone who cannot criticize Akufo-Addo between 2017 and 2020 should hold his peace. Because that is where Akufo-Addo needs to be judged. No, even in 2020's campaign, President Mahama didn't talk about economic situation. He couldn't because there was none. It was COVID. Akufo-Addo took over in 2017 to 2020. There was no crisis anywhere in the world. There was nothing. Let's judge him at that time. But if you come and judge him from 2021, 22, 23, which government in the world will pass 2021, 22, 23? Nobody will pass.
Well, there were a number of, Australia did so well with this COVID thing.
Isolated cases. The big names we know, everybody was struggling because Russia and Ukraine war came, this came. So judging Akufo-Addo in that situation might not be fair. Judge him 17 to 20. Let's see. What did he do wrong? Did he do the factories? Did he do the free SHS? Did Ghana move on? Did he stabilize the currency at that time? The answer would all be yes. And I've been saying that people don't like it.
Did he do the free SHS?
Yes, he did.
He did?
He's still doing it. As far as 2017, 2020, he did it. Except that he started slowly. Year 1, year 2, year 3.
So what kind of free SHS is this that students go to school for 1 day and they go and sit home for another 100 days? They go back in there, they come back in there. We are hearing promises of laptops and all that that are not happening. What kind of...
The laptop may happen, but that problem about students come home and go, whilst they are turning it around now, it is also part of Akufo-Addo's big appetite to take every Ghanaian along. That's about the problem. Because before then, every year, at least 150,000 people don't go. Now he said free. Now there are many examples of people who had stopped school and went back, and they were given a leeway to go back and continue. People were housemates, people were drivers. They said, oh, they say free SHS, so I got admission in St. Peter's. I couldn't pay, now I'm going. There are so many of those people. So it is the policy and the president's appetite that let's take every Ghanaian along.
Right.
And that's what brought that problem. And they are solving the problem. The amount of infrastructure that have been built in schools is significant. And we will come back over time to say that Akufo-Addo was right. For me, and I'm writing a book, I'll be launching this soon.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
On the 66 stories that shaped Ghana's Fourth Republic. Wow. We're doing it very busily. Even tonight we'll be writing. Yes. So when I come back, I'll be able to say that one of the things that delighted me most as a journalist, a political journalist, was to see the eventual victory of Akufo-Addo and to see his 2 term in office. That's what delighted me most. From my time as a reporter in 97, watching him in parliament and looking at his political career, the thing that delighted me the most was that the man that they said he can never be president won the biggest victory ever, because they were stealing his votes and then they say he cannot be president. Then they steal his votes, then they say he cannot be president. The day that they couldn't steal the votes, all Ghanaians saw the record.
I see.
And now they've started again, heaping against him. His government has failed. His government has failed. Akufo-Addo's, that's the propaganda. And I'm going to tear into it again. I'm waiting for the facts. This is Akufo-Addo's 8-year term. This is how many rows he met. This is how many rows he's going with. This is how many schools he met. This is how many hospitals he met. And when we do that analysis, I believe that everyone will
We'll be looking forward to that. But
yes.
If Nana Akufo-Addo did so well, according to what you said, why is he so unpopular? He's falling out with so many different people, Yahoo Tamaklo, Hobson Adoye, and all those wonderful people. Do you think that they have been vindictive, or he's just performed?
It's just part of it. I mean, Bedema fell out with Nkrumah.
Yes.
Doesn't mean Joshua Nkomo fell out with Robert Mugabe.
Yes.
People falling out doesn't mean that the president didn't do it. I think right now there's hardship in Ghana. Everybody knows that. And naturally, Akufo-Addo will be made to bear the brunt of it.
Yeah.
But if you look at 2017 to 2020, when there was no hardship, it was clear that Akufo-Addo's leadership and the dynamism of his leadership had been great. I mean, there are a few things that Akufo-Addo did that I didn't expect. He had 120 ministers. I went to him and he was there. I said, Chief, he said, yeah, fella, how are we doing? I said, we are doing good. But 120 ministers, I said, yeah, we do. And then we had an interaction. He said that he's going to go on GTV and explain it. And he did. He went on GTV and he spoke about it. That's one thing that we spoke about. Now he's reduced the number of ministers. Akufo-Addo will finish his tenure in office. He's not a perfect man. No man is perfect. But at the end of the day, we will see that he has stood true to the politics, the same politics that he did in 75, the same politics that has carried him to today. I believe that.
2 more quick, questions. If Akufo-Addo was to stand for the next election, do you think he would win?
It will be. The third term is always difficult, and given the economic situation, I mean, if I ask you that if J.J. Rawlings has stood in 2000, would he have won? The answer would have been no. But if J.J. Rawlings has stood in 2008, he may have won. If I ask you that if John Kufuor ran elections in 2008, would he have won? The answer would be a big no. But if Kufuor stands elections today, he will win. Because it's always after the fact that we sit down and look at it. So that's my answer to that.
Do you think there was a relationship between Sewa Abronye and the president? Was there anything like that? By your
the lady
investigations
that they brought the. I saw the photographs.
Some photographs.
Yes, I saw her in the photograph in the company of the president. So I'm sure that they knew each other. I think I saw in a photograph with the president there. The chief of staff was there. Minister for Agric was there. I saw that photograph.
Did you ask him if there was any?
No, I didn't. I rather asked the people around him, and they said that the matter is being resolved. So
being resolved.
Yes.
Okay.
At that time, I called and said, "Hey, what is happening?" They said, "Oh, it's been resolved."
What's your most disappointing episode about Nana Akufo-Addo? Episode in the sense of what has Nana Akufo-Addo done that you would say this was the most disappointing for you?
Disappointing.
That's the last one.
I mean, that the Black Stars were not able to do well in the World Cup, I think was very... I saw him, I think he was in England, after we beat South Korea. And he was in very high spirit that day. I saw he was in London. I went to him and said, so we are going there. We could win the next game, we qualify. He was very excited. And after the next game, I couldn't look for him anymore. I think that was very, very disappointing. In terms of policy, I have to study it. And I think there's a few more things coming. The biggest disappointment, though, is that his amendment to the constitution that he proposed, that we should elect our mayors on partisan lines, that because of partisanship, it was defeated. That one is very painful.
Very painful.
Yeah.
I'm asking about what he did, and you think this was the most disappointing.
I have to look for some of it.
Everything was correct?
No, I can't say everything was correct. I mean, I saw him in the interaction with when he was asking some chief to stand up. Yes. That one. I ran there. I said, hey, what is happening to the team? They said that guy does that all the time. Yes. He doesn't want to stand up for that. I said, really? But how did he I think I asked the original minister. Because it was him that he was talking to. I said, you speak a bit of Ghana?
No, not at all.
Oh, sorry. I spoke in Ghana. I said, that is to say, how did the old man know that the guy hasn't stood up? And he said, the old man is watching everything every day. So he saw it. Eventually, when the guy came to apologize and said he was unwell, it made me more, But if the guy had come to say another story, I would have thought that maybe the president shouldn't have. But when the guy came and said he's sorry about it, he was unwell.
Nana Akufo-Addo.
Yes.
Akoma for now is a Paula Domachiri and Black Rasta. And no, my fight TV Ghana, comment or conversation about